Namaste. Welcome to your practice. Today we focus on opening the front of the body with mindful backbends. We'll gradually prepare the spine, shoulders, and hips before exploring a few deeper heart opening poses. As always, listen to your body and move in a way that feels supportive for you. We'll begin in Vajrasana, and there are no props necessary for today's class. If Vajrasana doesn't work for you, come into Sukhasana or slide a blanket under the shins to ease off some of that tension in the legs. Resting the palms on the thighs, roll the shoulders back once and gently soften the gaze or close down the eyes. Taking these first few moments to tune in, connecting with the breath. On the inhale, feel the length through the spine all the way to the crown of the head. On the exhale, release, softening the shoulders, the hips. We'll begin with 3 cleansing breaths along with shoulder shrugs. Inhale, lift the shoulders up towards the ears. Sigh out through the mouth as you lower them down. Final round. We begin to deepen our breath in and out through the nose, whatever that means for us today. Couple of more rounds. Slowly blink the eyes open. Let's drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. A quick neck stretch. Again, you could have a soft focus or close your eyes again. Another breath. Carefully bring the head back center and over to the other side. Bringing the head back center. Let's interlace the fingers, palms pressing away from us, and then let's go overhead. Inhale, arch the spine, take the arms back as much as you can. Exhale, round the spine, bringing the palms in front of you. Inhale, arch. If binding the hands doesn't serve you, you can separate the hands. Exhale. Couple of more. Just opening the shoulders a little. Inhale, take the arms up again. This time have neutral spine. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to side bend to the right side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to the left. Keeping the hips anchored. Let's do that 2 more times. Doesn't matter how far you are able to go. This time hold on the right side, release the bind, lower the right hand down, left arm up and over. We go deeper with the support of the bottom arm. Open the chest. Another breath. Over to the other side, left hand down, right arm goes up and over. Another breath. Return back center, and then we make our way to tabletop. So face any short end of the mat. Wrist underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, curl the toes. Let's rock back and forth a little, release some tension of those ankles. Inhale, shoulders past the wrist. Exhale, hips to heels. A wonderful way to warm up the wrist too. Once more. Return back center, fingers facing the long end of the mat. Gently rock side to side. Back center, left fingers face forward, right fingers towards the leg. Lean back. Final breath. Release, right fingers face forward, left fingers towards the legs. Lean back. Final breath. Release. Now let's bring the right leg up, right thigh parallel to the floor, 90 degree at the knee. Inhale, arch the spine. Exhale, round. So little variation of cat and cow. Point through the toes. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Final round. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, take the leg up again and see if you can grab it with the foot with the opposite hand. Creating an arch in the spine, opening the chest, pressing the foot in the hand. Challenging our balance. Another breath. Release the bind. Lower the hand, lower the knee, shake out the hips a bit. And we'll go on the other side, shifting the weight in the right leg. Left leg lifts up. Inhale to arch. Soften the elbows if you feel the need to. Exhale, round. Knee to nose. Couple of more. Slowly opening the front body. Always looking for length before depth whenever we are working with our back bends. Take the leg back up last time and see if you can bind. Another breath. Release the bind and then shake out the hips again. Let's make our way to downward facing dog. Sending the hips up and back, creating the desired space between palms and your feet, and then begin to pedal out the legs. My mat gets a little noisy when I do this. Let's bend the right knee, keep the left leg straight. Nice stretch in the left hamstring. If we lift the left toes or try to lift them, there's a nice stretch in the left calf that we can observe. Switch. Even bend in both knees. Settle into your down dog for a couple of breaths. Lengthening the spine. Knees can stay soft. Heels could remain off the mat. Lower the knees down back to table, and then we'll walk the hands out for puppy. So keep the hips stacked over the knees. Slowly start lowering the chest, resting the forehead or the chin on the mat. If you want to go deeper, you could lift the elbows off the mat. Anahatasana, our heart melting pose. Another breath. Slowly lowering ourselves down into Sphinx, bringing the forearms parallel to each other, pressing through the tops of the feet to make the legs a little active. Roll the shoulders up and back, open the chest. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Another breath. Bringing the palms next to the chest, press up into downward facing dog. Let's spend 5 breaths here. You could always take child's pose anytime when you feel the need to take a break. Making the practice your own. Bend the knees, look towards the hands, take a stroll to the top of the mat. We meet in forward fold. Inhale, half lift, press the palms into shins or thighs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, lower the hands down. We'll do a little bit of chest opening here in our Tadasana. So on the inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, cactus. Open the chest without pinching the low back. Inhale, draw the belly in, arms go up, tuck in the tailbone, gaze forward. Exhale, open the heart. Perhaps we look up. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms reach up again. Exhale, lower the hands down. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step the left foot back. Lower the knee down, low lunge. I like to move my right foot a little to the right side to create space for hips. Arms reach up. Feel free to place a cushion under the left knee if it feels sensitive, or you could roll the side of the mat. Open the chest here. You could always lower the hands down on the hips and still do the same if the arms start getting tired. Another breath. Stack the shoulders over hips and then twist to the right side. Left arm forward, right arm back. Teeing out the arms. Looking at the side, or you could look at the back thumb. Right palm on the left hamstring, left arm goes up in a twisted back bend. Keep the chin away from the chest. Another breath. Windmill the arms to frame the front foot. Lift the back knee, step back into plank. You could always lower the knees down. Hold here for a breath. Chaturanga, knees up or down, shoulders come past the wrist. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to down dog. Couple of breaths in our Adho Mukha Svanasana. Walk, step, hop to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. This time step the right foot back, low lunge, make adjustments, arms come up, and then start deepening your low lunge by taking the arms back. Really lifting from the front ribs. Coming back center and then taking a twist, right arm forward, left arm back. Notice where the left knee is in space. Sometimes it likes to buckle in. So use the strength of the left leg, the left glute for stability. Left hand on right hamstring, right arm goes back. Final breath. Frame the front foot. Step back into plank for vinyasa, or you could always go into down dog or go into child's pose if that works better. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Take another breath in down dog. Then wave forward into plank, knees up or down, lower down all the way onto your belly. Through chaturanga or however. Rest the forehead on the mat. Hands by your side. On the next breath, lift head, neck and shoulders, arms, legs for your locust, your Savasana. Don't force yourself to look forward. Rather try to lift high in the front and the lower body. This is not easy by any means. Another breath. Making pillow with our palms, lower the forehead down. And then slowly press yourself up through down dog. Making your way to the top of the mat, however you want to. Forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale, lower the hands down. All right, let's do a little balance work. So we are at the top of our mat. Hands on our hips. Let's shift the weight into our left leg, lifting the right foot off the mat into our one-legged mountain or stork. Palms could come in front of the heart. Look straight ahead. Focus your gaze on a unmoving point. Slowly step back into high lunge. Take your time. Arms come overhead. Another breath. Into warrior two, lower the back heel down. Tee out the arms. Taking a moment to find your alignment, relaxing the shoulders, gaze through the front second finger. Knee over the ankle, the left knee, and then shoulders over hips. Lower the hands down, bind the hands, roll the shoulders up and back, and then find your warrior two like this. Gaze forward again. From here, we'll go into side angle. If you wish, you can release the bind and place the forearm on the thigh, or come into your side angle with the bind. Bringing left shoulder close to the left leg. Turning the chest back. So right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. Another breath. Slowly rise up, release the bind, back to warrior two briefly, and then windmill the arms, frame the front foot, lower the back knee down. We're coming into lizard. So left foot goes a little to the left side, right knee a little to the right. You could stay high up here. If you're able to, you could come down on your forearms. Another breath. Press yourself up. We'll go into dragon. So lift the inner arch of the left foot. Twist. You could press the left palm in the left inner thigh, turning the chest. Now if the knee can take it, and if you are able to grab the back foot, go for a bind in your dragon or your twisted lizard. Another breath. Slowly release. Step back into downward facing dog. Option for a vinyasa here. Knees up or down. Bend the knees, look towards your hands. Make your way to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the arms up. Stand tall. Exhale, release the hands down. Now I'm going to face the other short end of the mat so that I can still face the camera. Doing the other side, you could do the same. This time shifting the weight in the right leg and lifting the left foot off the mat. So we'll balance on our right leg. Hands could come in front of the heart. Gaze ahead. Standing nice and tall, resisting the urge to lean back. Slowly stepping back with control into your high lunge. Take your time. And then bring the arms overhead if you can. Into our warrior two. Bringing the front heel and back heel more or less in one line. Relax the shoulders. Again, we release the hands. We bind. You could take an awkward bind. So if usually you take the right thumb on top of left for your bind, you could change that cross. Roll the shoulders up and back, opening the chest and then gazing ahead again for your warrior two variation. Side angle with the bind if we can. Doesn't matter how low we are going, as long as we find some expression of the pose in our body. Another breath. Slowly rise up back to your warrior two briefly, and then windmill the arms. Find your way into lizard. Have to do a little maneuvering. Right foot to the right side, left knee to the left. Option to come down if available. A lot of times the outer forearm, the left in this case, might be able to come down, even if the right is not able to. As long as we are not too lopsided, like leaning too much in the left side, it's fine. If you have a block handy, you could always slide it under. Rising up if we folded, twisting our lizard, coming into our dragon. And if we are able to, we'll take the bind. A lot of times it's not the range of motion that's an issue. The knee could be feeling sensitive, so cushioning the knee and then trying could work out sometimes. Another breath. Slowly release the foot. Step back into downward facing dog. Waving forward into plank. Lowering down all the way on our belly. Let's take a little moment here. So stacking the palms, coming into Makarasana. We'll take a couple of poses here. The first is our locust. We'll bind our hands for this variation. So interlacing the fingers, roll the shoulders up and back, move the bind away from you, lift the head, neck and shoulders, and then the legs. 5 breaths here. Use the strength of the lower body to lift the legs higher. Use the strength of the upper body to lift up. Another breath. And release. Rest. All right. You could repeat that pose or join me for bow. So bending the knees this time. If you're not able to grab the feet, you could just reach the hands towards the legs. If you're able to, grab your ankles. Lift the head, neck and shoulders, the legs. 5 breaths. Press the feet into the hands. I know I said 5. One more breath. And release. Good job. Let's press back into Vajrasana this time. I'm going to face the top of my mat. You could do the same. And then close down the eyes. Resting the palms on the thighs. You could always come into Sukhasana. Just bringing our heart above our hips. Head above our shoulders. Feel free to cleanse out your breath here a couple of times. Blink the eyes open, lean onto any side, bring the legs out in front of you. And then let's lower ourselves down, coming in the middle of the mat, lowering down on our back. One more active work, and then we'll start winding down. We'll set up for our bridge, heels underneath the knees. You might be able to touch your heels with your fingers if you have long arms like me. Don't force it. Palms facing down. Slowly start lifting the hips, lower back, mid back, upper back. And then start opening the chest by bringing the sternum towards the chin. Keep the neck long. Option to bind here. Keeping the theme, opening the chest. Pressing the heels into the mat. Two more breaths. Release the bind first, then the back, one vertebrae at a time. Well done. If you have a blanket handy to support the neck, you could use that. I'm gonna do that. You don't need to have a blanket. Bringing the knees to the chest, gentle rocks. Come back to stillness. Let's release the feet on the mat, hip width apart. Tee out the arms if you have the space, or cactus out the arms. Let's windshield wiper the legs, side to side. And then next time your knees come to the left side, scoot the hips a little to the right and settle there. Option to turn the head over to the right shoulder and close down the eyes. Final breath. Head comes back center first, then the knees, scooting the hips to the left, dropping the knees to the right. Head turns to the left, settling down, slowing things down. Head comes back center, readjust the hips. Final pose before Shavasana, Purna Vayu Muktasana. Option to lift the head, neck and shoulders. Hug yourself. Inhale to squeeze. Exhale to release. Extending the legs long. Allowing the ankles to splay open. Hands resting by your side. Or you could take up space by again bringing the arms into cactus or T shape. Once you feel like you've settled into your final posture, feel free to bend the knees even, coming into crisscross legs or pound angle legs. Let's close with one final cleansing breath. Inhale. Sigh out. Coming into stillness, softness. Savasana. Feel free to stay in your Shavasana for a little bit longer if you'd like. If you're ready to close your practice, begin to wiggle your fingers, the toes. Could join me for a full body stretch. And then making our way into our fetal position, any side. Gently press yourself up into any comfortable seat. Bringing the palms in front of the heart, getting ready to close the practice. And palms to forehead, we gently bow. With gratitude, releasing the hands down. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you feel a little taller, a little lighter, and ready for whatever the day brings. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next practice. Namaste.